binding and loosing, right? Tying up and releasing, tying up and releasing. Now, I'm talking about Satan here, right? Because this goes broader than just Satan. But I'm just talking about Satan. I'm talking about spiritual warfare. You can bind the devil. What does bind the devil mean? What happens if we bind a man? He can't move. If you tie me up right here, I can't move, but am I still here? I'm still here. I'm just been rendered powerless. But for how long? Until it's released. Okay? Now, over time, your binding can lose strength. You need to know that. Your binding can lose strength. Your binding is not for eternity. You get what I'm saying? It's not the way that the Lord is causing us to learn about binding and loosing. He's causing us to learn in the sense that if you don't keep doing something, it will fail, right? So you could bind the devil, but then you can also command the devil to leave. So you have authority to bind the devil from God, not fleshly authority, from God through Jesus Christ to bind the devil in your own life and in the life of others. This is the power that the Lord has given you to bind and to loose, to command demons to leave, and they must go. They must go. It's not questionable, but it's questionable when they go. That makes sense? The Lord has all the power, right? He has all the power. Well, he could just give us the example, give us the power to just say go and it goes, right? But he's causing us to be built up for him, so he's creating soldiers. The way that he caused our reality to be is we got to keep telling the devil to leave, and then he'll leave. He's building up a fortitude in us to keep fighting, It's not like a one prayer, one shot thing. It's like when the Lord told Moses to go tell Pharaoh to let my people go. How many times that Moses had to go tell Pharaoh what God had already said, right? He had to tell him multiple times. And what happened? The Pharaoh hardened his heart. So what does that mean? He heard, leave, let my people go, let them free. And then he hardened his heart, and that's when it started. So that's when the war started. So if Moses had given up, Lord, this ain't working, then the people, children of Israel, would never be free, right? Or if he never returned back to the Lord or believed that the Lord was going to do this, then they would have never been freed. But the Lord wanted him to continue to go. And the Lord began to send plagues upon the Pharaoh, making his life hard so that he would want to let them go. He wasn't living in pleasure anymore. He was seeing frogs. He would send darkness. He would turn the water into blood so that he would make it so hard on them that he would say, just take your people. I don't want to be here anymore, right? So that's the road that the Lord has caused us to travel. The closer we get to the Lord, the faster they leave. Novice baby Christian has the power, but he's going to fight 5 times more than a more mature Christian will come and cast it out faster. See, maturity in the Lord it's not about if you learn how to speak well or if you learn the scriptures. The maturity in the Lord comes through faithfulness, and God sees that faithfulness and raises you up in his sight, even if other people have not conceived it. You get what I'm saying? But he has given you a level that's between you and him, that only those that are with him, in him, see the level. They see it and they learn how to submit to it or know, oh, I'm above you. You have to submit to me because it's levels, right? But it's not levels according to paper or documents or certification. It's not like that. It's not, those things are not bad, but those things don't validate that God is the one. You know what I mean? That God is actually in that. That's something that you need to pass through with men.